morning, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studio Lou. It's Friday today, so I am going to continue doing a little bit of work on Shoulder the Sky. So I have set aside a bunch of things that I need to work on for this journal, but first I just wanted to kind of go through it really quick and see if I can get a general idea for what I need to make for this journal. So that's what I'm going to do first. So where have I left off? So I could probably use maybe, I'm going to put a pocket here, maybe on one of these. So I'm just going to kind of keep a tally. Oh, this lead's going to break and I really don't want that. There we go. I hate when the lead is too long and it makes that snapping sound. It like super bothers me. So one pocket. That's fine as is. Maybe two pockets. It's just good to go through sometimes and see generally what you need. Like I might not do exactly what I think I will do. This I was going to, I actually made an altered paper clip to hold this. So yesterday after my video, I just made this. It's just a long folding kind of journal card with the moon on it. And so I thought I would tuck that over the page like this, because this is in between two signatures. And I usually do either like a little mini notebook or something kind of nice between each signature, but that's what I want to do here, I think. So this will go there, just like that. And that will do that. Then this page, I'll probably put either a pocket or a belly band. So we'll say a belly band for now. Another pocket maybe. And then this would be something big. Either a belly band or an overhang. I might paint that surface or cover it with something. Just trying to get an idea what I will need. So for each of those pockets, I will need a tag or a journaling card. So I'll say a tag in one, a journaling card in two, and then this also has to get completely covered. So that should be good for now. I'm not going to go through the whole entire journal right now. So what I did was I got a bunch of things ready to just make ephemera for this journal. So I think I will just start on that for now. That will make things a little bit more clear. So first thing is to just cut this moon out a little nicer than I did when I originally started cutting it. This is from like one of those glow-in-the-dark moon and star wall sticker things I got for my daughter's room. And I thought I would keep this, you know, in the spirit of junk journaling. I do use a lot of things, a lot of paper, a lot of cardstock, a lot of packaging. I do use a lot of things like that. So that's that. That can definitely be used somewhere in this journal. It probably will get folded. And then I figured that this cover of this book would be nice as possibly like a fold over like a journal card or something, because it's really, actually I could probably, no, that's too shiny. I was going to say I could use the back of it, but I don't think so. So what I think I'll do instead is I'm going to repurpose a piece of this that is still quite nice. Maybe just a little bit there. There we go. Just because I think it will go with the theme nicely because it's the sky. this jaggedy bit off here. Okay, so that leaves us with a pretty large piece, so I'll probably just bring that down slightly more. That's probably good. And that'll go in my scraps. Okay, so we have these two. Then this I was thinking of backing with something and making it a folding page to go over one of the pages, but I just have to see how tall it needs to be to do that. So if we just use an example page, or what I would use this on, a sturdy example page, like something like this. Yeah, so it's about a 1/2 inch too tall. So I will just trim this a bit. I think I can probably just honestly cut it there. And then check it again against the book's height. Maybe just a smidge from the top, just a smidge. There we go. So today is the final day of preparing things for our long-awaited visitors here at the house, and we're just kind of getting things ready. My husband has taken on, one second, I have to check one thing. Okay, so my husband has taken on a bunch of house projects. Like, he's so industrious before having house guests, but that's okay because they really need to get done. One of them is relating to the electrical in our kitchen, and the other one is the cupboards. So we are resurfacing all of the cupboards in our kitchen. So there, that will be very cute. I'm going to back that with something. So he's doing all of these jobs that I'm happy not to be doing. Thinking if I could fit. That might be a little too small. I don't know how the edges would look. Yeah, too small. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so let's just glue the back of that, and we'll glue it down on here to make a big journal space in a little booklet style. It's funny, I was watching some video last night, a YouTube video about a woman who works in her glue book on YouTube, and she said, you know, I realized, like, she was just getting started making videos, and she was talking about how she realized that she didn't do any talking at all in one of the videos that she made, and she didn't realize until she went back to edit the video for YouTube. And I think it's so easy to do that because, like, I'm probably not that great at the chatter yet. I will get better, but I think, like, we don't often realize that it's a little different to just not have someone in the room that you're talking with, but, you know, you're speaking to people in a video, and so you have to do some talking and not just get so entranced in the art you're working on. So I'm going to try to learn by her example and try to keep talking about things. I find a lot of people just really kind of verbalize, like, what it is that they're doing, and I think that that's okay too. I don't know. I don't really hold people to a standard. I just sort of like to watch the visuals of what people work on, and I watch a lot of different videos for different reasons. I like a lot of slow TV style where I just sort of listen while I'm doing other things. Like, I really don't know, honestly, what the last time was that I ever, like, watched television I don't know, doing nothing with my hands. I'm still always doing something with my hands. So, yeah. I like to listen to podcasts and a lot of things. I also do a podcast, so I do try to keep myself busy doing different kinds of media because it's like, it's fun. It's fun to have those interactions too. So this I'll probably back, even though it has a white backing. I want to back it with something more sturdy. This is actually construction paper that I just got. This great big bag of it for $3 from the thrift store. And so now that I have it, I have to get it used up. It goes from being somebody else's problem to my problem, but also I really like working with it. Okay, so here's the rest of the stuff for this book. I'll just put it here because it's not done yet. But I thought if I could get some time to do some ephemera. Oh, this glue book is, it's a problem. I just have to push all my recycling down here. I will empty it out after I just fix up this glue book. The thing about, this is the dirtiest part about pulling apart old books, is dealing with their old bindings and the glue and all of that yuckiness. Okay. That should be better. I just don't want it shedding anywhere. I'm just going to dump my recycling. There we go. Recycling just goes from one bin to another bin before it finally goes outside, because it's all just paper goods. So, I will just glue this down. So I was never into scrapbooking or card making or anything like that. My desire to make paper things is really kind of along the lines of, I really love books and I really love fine art, and that's where I kind of intersect with making journals. I was never into like being like a memory keeper kind of person too much. So I just learned about all these companies like Stampin' Up! And that kind of thing, and all of the products that they make. And it's funny because like I don't know how these companies work, or at least the Stampin' Up! Company, but I was looking for a particular kind of paper punch to just make things a little easier to make tops for my paper journal tags. And I guess the punch that I want is discontinued. So now it like sells on places like eBay and other places for like hundreds of dollars. It's really strange. So I guess there's a weird market in like discontinued art supplies that I didn't realize, but I think that I will definitely make do with another method to do what I'm trying to do. Unless I find one for a reasonable price, because I don't like to spend a lot of money on, like, there's some supplies that you do need to have if you're going to get into this work, and I have definitely bought a few things. Like this mat definitely was more of the expensive things that I bought. It's not like really expensive or anything. And then my crocodile, this one, and I got the big chomper one for making the holes in the signatures. But other than that, I haven't really spent a lot on things because I was already someone who had a lot of art supplies to begin with. So that being said, so the next thing I want to do, I think, is just, I want to back this. I'm going to use this for a pocket. It's like a moon image, but I'm going to use it for a pocket, but I want to give it a little bit more strength. And I might stitch around some of these, but I do that off camera because, I don't know. I don't think it's that fun to watch people sew on a sewing machine because it's sort of loud. So, and I don't want to keep going back and forth to my sewing desk and this desk, because you would find that probably quite tedious to watch. I am so glad that today is Friday. It has been like such a week. Oh my goodness. Things are just too busy with my work, and yeah, it just becomes a lot. I think the thing about like working at home, I mean, I'm not complaining. I definitely feel very lucky that I'm able to work at home, because it allows me to like not have to commute right now and not have to also worry about having a job, period, at the moment. Thankfully, my industry is still one that operates as an essential industry, so I'm able to like somewhat confidently not have to worry. But there are some downsides of working at home. Like, I always worked at home a couple days a week anyways, but working at home all the time I enjoy doing, and I kind of hope that it just continues forever, to be honest. But there are things like people respecting business hours. Like, that's become a real issue in my job, where, you know, some people wake up really early and they want to get to work and get started at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and then other people want to work late at night. And so what ends up happening is that, you know, at least for the people who are trying to just work the regular like 9 to 5-ish window around the corporate business hour, it's like, it's difficult because you go to your email inbox in the morning and you've got emails that have been sent to you, you know, all night long and before and after the business hour. And like, some people who just don't realize that, like, you know, you're not going to be responding outside of the window of work. Like, that hasn't changed. You know, I have a family, I have a life, I have things I have to do outside of my job. I don't get paid for 24 hours of serving people. So yeah, it's challenges like that that definitely make things a little difficult. But like I said, you know, at least I am employed and I should be happy for that, which I am. But it doesn't make it that easy when you're, you know, dealing with stuff like that. And just also, there's a lot of people who, I don't know, for whatever reason, they're not that good at working at home. And they're the people who make it harder for all of us. The ones who like don't answer the phone, they're not logged in, they don't get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. And you've got people who are waiting on answers, and that's really challenging. Like, I always look at it like, we're all adults. We should all be able to function at home the same way that we do at work. You know, I don't think there's any extenuating circumstances because that wouldn't exist in the workplace. So it's one of those things that I am challenged by. But I just try to like keep going and be kind to people. I know everyone's dealing with this kind of stuff in a different way. That's all you can do. Just try to be nice and ask if you can help and ask for help. Okay. Right now, I should probably figure out what I want to do with this. So this is too wide. This, I think, although it comes from the book, it's already on the cover, and I don't find him as like visually appealing as I do the girl, so he can go. I don't need him. This image, I quite like it, but it's too wide, so I think what I'm going to do is just cut it in half, and it's going to be like two things. So now we have to nip the edges again to even it out. So it'll be like two like little journal cards. That's nice. Yeah. And I need a background for this. I don't know if I have one of these that's maybe kind of uglier than the others that I would want to cover and just use the blue background. I don't think so. This, I want to nip the edges because I already added some text to it. Oh, I just forgot it wasn't covered at the back. That's okay. So maybe now what I'll do is trim this down to the size that I would want to use, which I think is about there. I don't know if I want to keep this People's Book Club of Chicago. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And we'll add like a little bit more space up here. Okay. So get rid of that. And I need to find a background for that. Maybe I'll check my scrap bin first. Yeah, that could be good. Okay. Ideas. I'll just glue this down here. And I was going to see if I had any stamps that would be good to use in this journal. So I'll just maybe move this out of the way and see if I have any that are sort of sky, winter, space themed. I have a ton of stamps, and I see one already that could be good, which is this one. It's got a little flying fish on it, and that's pretty cute. That's got a bird. That's like an interesting one, like a geode. Lots of Zimbabwe stamps. I get stamps from all different places, like thrift and antique stores, and I used to have my favorite antique store, which sadly was a victim of the pandemic and it had to close. There's a dragonfly, that's nice. I used to get a lot of my stamps from him because he was this amazing, well, he is still this amazing, like, there's one that's better than that one actually. He's like a collector and estate sale buyer, and he's like weird like me, and I like that about him. And by weird I mean like you can find things like human skeleton parts and I don't know, like taxidermy, and less like biological things, but like just all sorts of random old like photography. Like he had well, I'll name the store. So the store was in Guelph, Ontario, and it was called Disarray. It was around for a really long time, and it was run by a guy named Ray, who's like this really, really cool, intelligent, like history savvy person who knows a lot about a lot of things. And he you could never go there without like learning the history of something cool or just learning about something cool. And he would always collect like really interesting things, or people would bring him things that were really interesting. Like he has I bought a few pieces of this collection that he got of, I think like the man worked mainly in like the 40s, 50s to like 60s is kind of like maybe when the majority of his career happened. But he was like an underwater photographer and like diver and like deep sea diver, and his images are unbelievable. Like his collection of photography is amazing, and I guess his family like donated it all to, or not donated it, but like probably had an estate sale, and so it ended up at disarray. And there was everything from like negatives to like large format photos and all sorts of crazy amazing things, cool things. And so I have like quite a few pieces, well, a few pieces of that, and I may use one or two of them in my journals, but I'm probably going to hoard them a little bit because I just really like them. I might even have one. Give me 1 minute, I'll show you if I can find it. I got it. Okay. Sorry for being off camera there for a second, but this is a picture that he took of a frog. So that's one of the pictures that I got from the collection. I forget his name right now, but yeah, really amazing collection of photographs. Thinking this might also go in this journal nicely just because of the colors, and it's from like a Greyhound bus and it's negatives. I don't know what the negatives are of though, but this is like a woman in a garden. I don't know if you can see that or not. If I had a light, I would shine it. Maybe on a white piece of paper it would show it. Possibly it's too dark, but that's a woman in a garden. I might end up using this little folder though, and I might include a couple of these in this journal, especially if I can find any that are kind of on theme. That's an old car. I wanted to scan these. I have a negative scanner, so maybe I'll do that first before I do much more with them, because they're old photos for sure. I'm so interested in what is in some of them. Okay. Let's just put this back and refocus. So there's some stamps. Those will work. So I'm just going to put these away now and get back to this ephemera. I took out way more than I would need here. They're very addictive to look through. Like, just keep looking. Just flip them over and see if I see anything else that would be good. Nope. Okay. Well, that's good for now. Let's put these all back in this big envelope. We'll set those aside. Okay, so then we'll get back to this. So what I was thinking, it would be nice to put a stamp maybe right here. And I'm kind of thinking I like that one. Yeah, I think I like that one more. Then I was wondering if maybe this might be nice up here, so I might just tear this off. And just ink around it a bit. Do I like it better this way? Hold on. I think I might, because the straight edges will line up. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. And then the inside. What do I want to do with this? You know, it might be kind of cute. I have this like hand spun yarn. I went through the last of my yarn yesterday, and I was just doing some organization, and I found this little piece of hand spun yarn. And I thought maybe I could use it in journals. So I was thinking that could be cute, like tied that way. And then what I could do even, I could even punch a hole maybe, but actually no, I don't think I will. I really like that just as is. And it could just sort of hang there. I like that. Just kind of looks nice and like adds to the kind of curious cabinet-like feeling of this. So what I'll do, I don't know if I want, I'm not gonna round the edges of this because this is straight edged, so I'm just going to ink it to give it a little age. Even though this is like scrapbook paper and it's shiny, I still think just giving the paper a little bit of an age might be nice. Yeah, it definitely is. And this could either hang over a page or tuck into a pocket. And then we'll just do the inside. There we go. Yeah, so that's good. That's done. Then these I have to back with paper. Let's see if this one is blank on the back. It is. I was going to save the pictures of this book for a space-themed journal, but there's always more stuff. So I figured I would just go ahead and use it. Okay, and I will round the edges of this one, I think. Okay. So I may still go back to some of these and like actually add things to them, like phrases or punch holes and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just trying to get them all covered or backed with something sturdy. I just have to grab more paper. Some little pieces of coffee dyed lined paper. I have so much paper to use up, so this is a good project that I'm working on. So I was so sad to hear about Alex Trebek this week. I'm a huge Jeopardy fan. I think like most people, we all at some point, probably growing up, used to watch Jeopardy with our parents or somebody. I mostly, probably watched it the most with my, sort of my parents that aren't my biological parents, but my other kind of parents. And we used to watch it a lot together, and I just used to watch it a lot. I sort of went through this funny period in time where for a while, had moved to a new city and I wasn't working yet. And I didn't have cable, and the only channel that I got was like our local, I believe it was like CBC and CTV in Canada. And so it aired on one of those channels. And so it was one of the TV lineup shows that I was able to watch. And so for a while I got pretty good at Jeopardy. It'll be interesting to see if they choose the, like, I think his name is like Ken Collins or something. I can't remember exactly. He's like the all-time Jeopardy champion as the new host. That would be pretty interesting. And I mean, I think applicable choice. You can't get a whole lot more prepared for a job than being like the world champion at it. Though I did hear there was an online petition to get LeVar Burton to be the new host, and I would definitely support that. I love LeVar Burton. I was a huge fan of, and I still am, of Reading Rainbow. He also does a podcast where he reads stories. It's called like LeVar Burton Reads. I haven't listened to it in a little while. Just like so many podcasts that I love listening to that I just like get to listen to. Only so many these days. I used to listen to them mostly when I was at work, but nowadays I've been like, the thing about not having in-person presence is that everybody wants to have a conference call about every little thing all the time. Like I remember years ago, somebody sent me like an email or a screenshot of something as a joke that said like, actually it may have been like a ribbon that you could give out to people, like, thank you for scheduling a conference call that should have been an email or something. And I was like, oh man, that would be really fun to be able to say to people, but I don't think you'd get away with it for very long before consequences would catch up. Okay, a couple more. All right, I have all these little tiny sheets of paper that I really want to use up, so I have to do a little bit of digging. So I was going to aim to do like these videos for about 30 minutes a day, but this one might go for an hour. We'll see. I'm in the lunch hour right now and I don't have anything going on. So I will probably just try to finish these up really super quick. At least get them glued down. And then I should probably go see what is happening for lunch. I'm going to use the prism on that one instead of this planets one. There we go. Two to go. I was thinking about wanting to be able to go to museums. I really miss going to museums and galleries right now. I didn't get a chance, but there was this really, we have the Aga Khan Museum here, and there was this really cool exhibit about the moon that I wanted to go see before all of this started, but I didn't get a chance to see it, and I heard it was really good. So hopefully I will either get to see it when things reopen, though I think that exhibit is probably ended, but or I'll try to find some highlights maybe online. It was immersive though, so it's kind of the thing that you want to go in person. I want to take my daughter too, but we have to adjust. We have to keep adjusting until this all gets sorted out. That's what we do. This is a really pretty, like, metallic gold printing on this card. Makes the pink almost look gold too in the light. So if you're watching along, it is Friday. Maybe leave me a comment and let me know what kind of artsy stuff you're up to this weekend. I am going to have house guests, so that could go one of two ways. It might mean a little bit more time because there's someone here to hang out with my kiddos, or it might mean a little bit less time because I'm busy trying to keep the kids, like, from being too much and the dogs being too much. We will see. Thankfully, my in-laws are who are visiting, and they are extremely helpful around the house, and they're amazing with the kids. They, like, have more energy at their age, I think, than I do at this current age. But I think that's just part of the territory when my son is going to be a year-old this month, and my daughter will be 4. And it's like a challenging time in parenting. Like, it's also amazing. Like, every day is something new and great, and, you know, you get, like, a lot of good moments, but you get a lot of tiring ones too. And my son hasn't been, like, the most consistent sleeper. My daughter was, like, a dream sleeper. Like, I realize now just how spoiled I was back then, but I don't know, both my kids, like, teething seems to be, like, the bane of their little existence. My daughter kind of had, like, every single symptom of teething that you can have, like fevers and digestive issues and, you know, generally speaking, just discomfort and red cheeks, like very red cheeks. So much so that we had to, for both my kids, I've had to get, like, a cream to put on their little cheeks so that they don't get too red, because they can almost get raw if you're not careful. It's like neither of my children ever had diaper rash until, like, my son still hasn't, but my daughter started to, like, just later in her, like, when teething became even worse, like with the molars. So, but we dealt with it quickly so that it wouldn't be painful, because that's no fun. Babies. Okay. So maybe I'll just punch these corners, and I might call it a day for video today, because I'm going to go figure out some lunch and finish out this work day, and then begin to do a bunch of different, like, chores that I need to do. And then I'm hoping to be able to card. I have a Jacob fleece that I'm waiting to spin, and I need to card that wool. So I think I will card that wool next. And then I'm also working on a series of other journals that I'm thinking of putting in the shop, like for the holidays maybe, like a group of more simple journals that also come with like a skein of hand-dyed sock yarn. So I'll show them to you quick. So I'll have a separate video about them, but I'll just give you a little preview. So this is 2 of them here, and I'm probably going to make maybe 10 of them, maybe a dozen, we'll see. So they're slightly more simplistic journals, but they are so beautiful. They are made from, the covers are cork fabric. So this one is cork and gold flowers. And this one is cork and blue, this blue sort of Mediterranean feeling pattern. So they have one signature that I've sewn, and then I've sewn a border in red around both of the cover sides, and I backed them in like a nice fabric. So then the inside is just kind of a lot of writing space, a lot of different papers like scrapbook, coffee dyed, cabbage dyed, you know, like some different book pages. So each one will be like a little, this is one of my digitals with some edging to it, and like they'll be a little bit different, but you know, relatively similar. So then I thought jelly prints, eco printed paper, doilies, all sorts of fun papers, my digital, leaf rubbings. Yeah, so they'll all be a little bit different, but they will come with a central theme. So hold on one second, I'll show you something. So then if you pair them with a skein of yarn, let me just re-skein the blue one, hold on. There we go. So this becomes this, I'll just take this label off. So yeah, then they become these nice like sets. So I think that that will be something that I'm going to look at putting together. I may take a break on Shoulder the Sky for a little bit so that I can work on these journals. I may do a little bit on camera, we'll see. But yeah, that's my plan for holiday stuff. I usually do some kind of an advent calendar or something, but I don't know if I have a lot of time to do that this year. So I think instead I just really want to do something cute like that. So let me know your thoughts, and I will probably try to finish up some of these over the weekend, this weekend, and pair them, get some yarn dyeing done and pair them with their yarns, and then I will post them probably next week in the shop, so they will ship in plenty of time for the holidays within North America. Well, actually anywhere. And so yeah, let me know your thoughts on those. So I'm going to go now, but have a great day. All my information is in the description box of my for my social media, everything. I'm Studio Lou pretty much everywhere. So I hope you have a really wonderful day, and thanks for watching.